Also laughing. Those guys were talking a little smack and laughing, and I just thought it was real cool before the game. Tyson Chandler saying he reached out to Dirk, as you see Raymond Felton knock down another three for the Knicks.
My goodness, that's 8.
Reached out to Dirk and said, hey, I know you're a baller. I know you want to get back. Take your time and come back when it's right. You just love that those guys still have that special relationship because of what they went through together.
They'll always have that special relationship. They always will.
I would just like him back, period.
Oh, of course.
Back on the floor.
One reason why he said he didn't want to rush it, though, is because that he envisions himself, after this current contract is over, playing a couple more years.
Oh,
so
yeah.
The fact that there are 3 or 4 more years left in those legs is why he doesn't want to come back too quickly.
Well, you have to play on the caution side of things.
There's a skip pass by Felton through traffic, finds Kidd, and they continue to bomb away. 9 threes and a 9-point New York lead.
You got to make this team put the ball on the floor right now. You got to make them drivers. They're shooting the 3 really well.
They are in their comfort zone out there right now as Darren Collison misses. New York is 9 of 16 on 2-point shots. They're 9 of 16 on 3-point shots as well tonight.
Well, and the scouting report on this team is you take the 3 away from them. Like you said, they're number 1 in makes in this league. So
a little deep on that drive for Rasheed. Maybe feeling it a little too much.
You still want to close out to him.
Kidd the defender here against O.J. Mayo. Running a pick and roll with Chris Kaman. Mayo out front. Kidd to close out. Mayo slides by and buries the open look from the top of the key.
Well, there's no stopping O.J. Mayo. Put some detour signs on the highway maybe so he doesn't get here, but you're not going to stop O.J. Mayo right now.
Mayo and Carter each lead Dallas with 11 points. Felton's 10. Top of the scoreboard points-wise for New York. Felton with a pass rolling into the lane. Chandler backpedaling, so he had to send the pass outside. And one of the few yet to make a three tonight for New York is Carmelo Anthony, and he missed that one.
Made them all last night.
Into the corner, Sean Marion three, around it out.
Uh-oh, Tyson out on the break.
And here's Carmelo Anthony with the drive. No, Murphy with the rebound. Collison was able to start away from Kidd, who had stepped up looking for a charge. A quick release three. Bounced off the iron twice. Marion grabbing the offensive rebound for the Mavs. Troy Murphy, three-pointer, no. Last 2 games, Murphy had gone 7 of 12 from long distance. He's put up 3 and he's missed them all tonight.
They're good looks too, Mark. Sorry.
Timeout called by New York. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. For Dallas, they have only led 1 time tonight. They trail by 7, 50-43 to New York. With 3 minutes left in the first half. 3 minutes left till the half. New York leads Dallas 50-43. Join us in any DFW area on the border for dinner every Wednesday night throughout the season and enter to win free Mavs tickets. Visit Mavs.com for more details. Tonight in the matchup of the irresistible force and immovable objects, which angle of it would give? You had Dallas coming into the game tonight, leading the league in 3-point defense. Opponents were shooting just under 31% from the arc this year. New York, meanwhile, came in averaging 11 threes a game, the most per game of any team in the league, and it has edged New York in that battle of 3-point shooting against good 3-point defense. New York's made 9 threes in 16 attempts, and that 3-point defense number going the wrong way for Dallas right now. Here's a lob. Chandler throws it down.
That's out of timeout. You have to stay at home with Jason Kidd on the wing that time. No help for the Mavericks defense.
And New York now shooting 53%. Chandler has 11 points. In the lane to Kaman. Kaman taken away by New York. That is the 11th first half turnover committed by the Mavs. Raymond Felton in the lane. Looks underneath for Ronnie Brewer, and he's fouled.
Knicks just doing everything right now, whether it's spacing the floor, whether it's getting down inside, whether it's finding guys. I thought their defensive rotations last time were great.
Main thing, Skin, you said, is finding open people. There you see the lob pass by Felton. Jason Kidd is always around the ball, using those great, strong, quick hands.
Yeah.
Come up with another steal.
And Harp Collison kind of in no man's land there, being 5 feet away from Kaman. He brings Kidd down there and doesn't give Kaman a bailout pass to that corner, so the spacing all jumped up.
Always important to space that floor out.
4 steals tonight for Jason Kidd.
Wow. That's in his 18th year. He's coming up with 4 steals out on the floor. It's pretty interesting.
Averaging 1.8 a game this year. He's 17th in the league in steals per game. Rebound Collison as Brewer went make-miss on his 2 free throws.
Kid can say it's just another game for him, but, you know, he dials something a little extra up for a game like this. He wants to have a nice showing back here in Dallas.
Elton Brand, mid-range J. O.J. Mayo found him, and Brand sticks it. Harvey played for a lot of different teams. You know how it is. Any competitor, you always want to play well when you're playing against your former team or your former teammates, and it doesn't mean that there's any sort of animosity or anything like that. You just want to have a good showing against those guys.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, Mike. I remember getting traded to New York and coming back here as a Knick.
Right.
And just salivating over an opportunity to come and play against my old team. Ended up with 2 points, but who cares?
That's okay. Yes, but you guys won, right?
Oh, absolutely, we won the game, but you always want to do well is what my point is, and these guys are no different. There was a lot of love shared before this game.
Yes.
But once it starts, it's over.
Boy, it would have been a disaster if you lost to those Mavericks. Good Lord.
O.J. Mayo beat J.R. Smith to the basket.
You know, O.J. Mayo can play a little bit.
Best thing going for Dallas right now by a long mile.
But Skin's right. I mean, that really would have been. I mean, if your Knicks teams had come in here and lost, I mean, we can all laugh now that was a rough period of time.
One thing about that team, we won games that we were supposed to win.
And
key part of being a good team in the NBA.
that team was so Quinn Buckner.
Deflected out of bounds by Ronnie Brewer. And it's Dallas ball with 1:04 left in the first half.
Mayo going away from the screen that time, gets all the way to the basket for an easy dunk. He just exploded that time to the rim.
Mayo on the drive. Ooh, nice lead. Found Elton Brand. Felton closes out on Brand. 4 to shoot. Deep 3. And puts it up.
It's not a good possession. Ball is sticking a little bit too much right now.
Carmelo Anthony rises over Sean Marion. Vince Carter the rebound. The Knicks have this lead despite the fact that Melo's only 1 of 6. It's their 3-point shooting and Dallas's turnovers. It's making the difference.
Yeah, Marion doing such a good job on Melo. Such a tough cover.
You know, last year when Carmelo and the Knicks came into
Shut him
town,
down.
Melo went 2 for 12 in a game in early March. Brand from Collison. Brand a spin move, and Brand is fouled. 13.2 left in the half. He'll shoot 2 free throws. With free throws and a stop, Dallas has a chance to be down only 4 going to the half, which on some levels, when you look at the damage that New York has done shooting threes and the damage that Dallas has done to themselves by turning the ball over, I think at this point, you can live with being down 4 at the half. And during halftime, you'll hear from Neil Beasley back in the studio here on Fox Sports Southwest, highlights and stats. And Skin talks to player development coach Mike Shedd.
Man, I love Neil Beasley. He'll be nice.
And Mike Shedd.
Oh, I love Shedder, but I'm going to find a TV and see what Neil Beasley's up to at halftime.
Am I barking up the wrong tree? You think 4 points down at the half, considering some of the things that have gone wrong? Is that?
No, you're climbing up the right tree without a doubt.
Right.
I'm ecstatic.
I concur. I mean, New York, it seems like they've outplayed the Mavericks so far, but they're right there, the Mavericks are.
Well, a 20-second timeout is taken here by New York, as Elton Brand still has 1 more free throw to shoot coming up here for the Mavs. And once again, you know, just to reiterate, if you're tuning in, the problems that have been there for Dallas tonight. 9 threes made by New York, 11 turnovers. So that is why we're talking about the fact that a 4-point deficit for Dallas at this stage of the game. You would have to go in and feel like, okay, tighten some things up, you know, clean up 2 very significant areas and take your chances in the second half.
Well, you know, sometimes teams come into your place and they're shooting the 3 ball and it's a surprise. It's somewhat of a fluke. With this Knicks team, it's not a fluke. These guys shoot the 3 ball well, Mark, so you have to change that. You got to contest and run them off the line. And the turnovers, I'm sure Rick will address that.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's frustrating is they're getting their threes in so many different ways, whether it's transition, swinging the ball. We saw a beautiful skip pass by Felton. They're making all the right decisions right now.
Well, the other night, after the game in Cleveland, Rick said sometimes they're doing certifiably insane things with the ball. Perhaps those words will be mentioned again at half.
I think so. And he also said, to add to that, Mark, that they're catching up with his team as well.
In the lane, Chandler, who's fouled. Ran with a foul, so no stop. It's 2 free throws coming up for Chandler. He's gone 1 of 2 on his foul shots tonight. The lob. Felton and Chandler get down the floor quickly. But what you've got to do, obviously, in that situation, knowing how Chandler finishes. Do what Brand did.
That's right, not giving the easy one. The and one. Turned out to be a pretty good darn foul.
Before tonight, 3 straight games with 7 points for Tyson Chandler. He had 11 in the earlier matchup this year against Dallas. He's got 11 points in the first half tonight, 5 of 6 from the floor. He's the leading scorer for New York. Dallas's leading scorer is O.J. Mayo with 13. Mayo had a 23-point effort against New York earlier this month, but also had 8 turnovers.
The guy he's leading the team in scoring, Mark, and with only 7 shots. You got to find a way to get him more shots, I think.
6 seconds, 5 seconds, no foul to give. Carter finds Mayo. They'll get him another shot. It will go. The deficit for Dallas ends up being 5 at the intermission. New York on the second night of a back-to-back. Owners of the best record in the NBA at 8-1. Coming into Dallas to take on a 6-6 Mavericks team. And after 24 minutes, it's New York 54, Dallas 49. Mavericks basketball on Fox Sports Southwest, as mentioned a moment ago. Highlights and stats. Neil Beasley back in the studio. And Skin will talk with player development coach Mike Shedd. That's all coming up for the half. Stick around here on Fox Sports Southwest. American Airlines Center. New York leads Dallas 54-49 here on Fox Sports Southwest. Before the second half starts, let's check in with Skin and an interview with player
All right,
development
thanks,
coach
young
Mike
follow
Shedd.
easy. All right, Cheddar, what's happening, man? The Knicks are raining threes down on the Mavericks' heads. How do you stop that?
Well, they did it last night, got 36 of them up. We just got to scramble a little better. That's their game, is getting up threes. So we just need to scramble and get there on the catch and make them put it on the deck. That's all it is. But that's their game. Their whole game is built around getting threes up, so they're doing what they're doing.
Okay, now I would imagine Rick saying something about the turnovers. What's causing the turnovers for you guys?
We're doing one too many extra things, okay? We just got to keep it simple. Like, we've gotten in deep and been able to make a quick pass where we've taken that one extra dribble where Jason Kidd's the best at getting his hands on things down there late. He got Kamen when he turned, you know. So little things. We got to be more simple. Simplify our game, and we'll take those out and get more shots.
All right, good luck in the second half, guys. Back to you.
All right, Skin and player development coach Mike Shedd, and not to beat a dead horse, but the storyline for the game, those guys covered it in the interview. You'll see it in the stats here. The 9 made threes for New York. They have an edge of the free throw line, 7-11 to only 4 out of 5 for Dallas. Mavs are out rebounding the Knicks. Improvement in that area from Monday's game, 24-19. Turnovers, though, problematic. The Mavericks have committed 11, and New York has cashed in those 11 turnovers for 17 points.
Well, you got to challenge those threes, Mark. You can't give them uncontested threes. That's just too easy for a real good shooting three-point team like the Knicks. I would suspect Dallas is going to really try and get out and challenge those threes and protect that basketball better, too.
Troy Murphy is out for the rest of this game with an upper respiratory illness. He started tonight, his first start of the year, and perhaps the limited time that he played in the first half and the shots that we saw him miss are attributed to that. 2 points, 5 rebounds in 18 first half minutes. So Jake Crowder will start this third quarter for Dallas in place of Murphy.
Well, the one guy that didn't hit